How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another video. We're back. Movie Drafts, episode 8. Yeah, God, last week, I really thought I had it. I was leading into after the first day, and then SASHA just decided to surge at the right time and win. So SASHA's won again. The co-hosts have never lost. So we're having a really good time. SASHA is back as the co-host this week. SASHA, how are you doing?
I am doing great, Jack. How are you?
I'm fine. I am perfectly fine today, having a grand old time. 2 guests today, one returning, one brand new. We got Ewan, who is back. He was in the Nolan draft. Ewan, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long day and I had some eye problems. That's why my glasses on for the first time in 2 months, but this is going to be fun. This is going to be a very fun game.
Yeah, and Ewan was a last minute call, so thank you, Ewan, for taking the time. One of our contestants had to back out, unfortunately, but he will probably be back in the next few weeks. And then we got a brand new competitor today, someone I've wanted to get in for a while. The time is right now. We got Luke coming in here, his debut. Luke, how you doing today?
And fantastic. I'm super excited.
Yeah, so this is going to be good. So for everyone, if you are new, I'm too tired. I'm pulling up the rules. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Just everyone stand by. It's one of those days. Here we go. 5-round snake draft. The draft order is picked at random before we start. We just did it. We got the draft order selected. The category is pre-selected by myself and the co-host of the week. So this week, SASHA and me picked the category. A unanimous veto vote can veto a person's selection. They can throw it out, and that might actually be in effect this week, which I'm very interested about. And then, of course, we know the graphic. I'll make the graphic, put it on Twitter. Whoever wins the Twitter poll wins the draft. And it's anonymous now. So a bit more of an even playing field. But today, we're doing a fun one. This one's interesting. This one was actually recommended by SASHA. And as soon as she said, I said, yep, we're doing that this week. Because it's perfect. Summer blockbusters are coming. It's the end of May. We're getting into June. Summer is coming. Well, it's already here for a lot of people. A lot of people are already on summer break. We're doing summer blockbusters. I mean, it's the perfect time. There's not really a movie that came out this past week that we could do one around. So summer blockbusters is perfect because this is going to be a year of summer blockbusters because everything got delayed from last year. So the only stipulations we made for this is it has to fall between April and August. That is the summer blockbuster window that we picked. It can be any year. We really opened up the pool. It can be any year. And we're going to do it. Let's have some fun. So I'm ready. Let's do this thing. Luke.
Yes, sir.
Either drew the short straw or the long straw. It's up to interpretation. He's got the number 1 overall pick. Luke, you are up. What are you taking?
All right. First up, I'm going to have to go with one of my all-time favorites. This is a June film, 1989. I'm going Tim Burton's Batman.
That is a great pick. I love that movie. Saw it last year. This was when Batman really blew up, at least in the film sphere. This was the big first one. I mean, you got the fantastic Joker performance by Jack Nicklaus, Michael Keaton,
Who's going to come back?
Who's coming back, which I'm very excited about. It's a great movie. It's the definition of a summer movie. Came out in June. I love that pick, first overall pick. We'll hop over to Ewan first. What do you think about that pick going number 1?
That surprised me a lot, but I love that movie, so it's kind of nice. I didn't expect to even hear that, but I love the movie. I have the Funko Pop of like the ending fight. It's just above me, so I won't show it, but it's really cool. I've loved that movie ever since I was little. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? It's just so good.
Yep.
Yeah, and Sasha, I'll hop it over to you. What do you think about that pick?
I agree with you. And this definitely surprised me that this was first, but I am not mad about it. I love this movie. This movie is like the definition of like camp. Like if someone was like, what is that? I'd be like, go watch this movie, please. And like it will just click and make sense for you. I agree. Jack Nicholson's Joker and Michael Keaton's Batman, just what a duo. And the fact that this was like the very first like VHS, like that kind of blew up, just great pick.
Yeah, I love the pick. Starting off strong with a superhero movie. I think we're going to have a good chunk of those in this draft. Ewan, I think I know where you're going to go. Going to break my heart, but just do it. Just tear the Band-Aid off and just do it.
See, I'm debating going with the movie you're thinking of or another one.
We'll go with the other one.
I don't know. Let's see. Focusing on Twitter, I think I will be nice this time, and I'm gonna go with the blockbuster that started it all, and that is Jaws from 1975. Somebody had to take it in the first round. I mean, I'm being nice, Jack, but somebody had to do it.
You didn't have to put pity on me, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Yeah, I mean, the definition of the blockbuster, the first, what people claim, the first true blockbuster ever. First true summer blockbuster. I love that pick. Think it's great. We'll hop over to Sasha first. What do you think about Jaws?
Classic. I mean, like you said, like if this didn't go in the first round, it would kind of be like, okay, do they know they're summer blockbusters? Yeah, it started it all. What else can you say?
Yeah, and Luke, what do you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. Not gonna lie, this was on my list. So, I expected this to go. I had this low on my list, but this is such a fun flick, and yeah, this was like the big boom, 75.
There we go, and Jaws is off the board. Let's go, baby.
Okay.
There's a reason why I pushed these boundaries back to April, so that I could take Avengers Endgame, number 3 overall, highest grossing film of all time for about a year. Avatar cheated. Yeah. Avatar cheated. This is like the biggest just cultural phenomenon of all time, I would argue, in film at least. Yes, Avengers Endgame. Let's go. I'm winning this draft. Luke, we'll start with you.
Oh, I recently rewatched this. I went on vacation not too long ago, and it was such an emotional ride. I mean, you got to think this is 10 years of just building up these characters and just following these stories, and like I still could watch it right now and I would cry because I love it so much. It's a solid pick.
Ewan.
I mean, I was going to take it, but I felt like because I've been a little nice, but because of Twitter, I see a lot of people hating on Endgame for stupid reasons. Obviously, I adore it. It's incredible. But I felt like on Twitter, Jaws would do better than Endgame, but I think it's an amazing pick. It was going to be one of the first 4. I think that's obvious.
And Sasha.
I mean, yeah, like I'm sad because obviously this was very high on my list, and I got the wrap around, but not this. This is maybe one of my favorites of all of them, just because it's like such an epic conclusion, and to like objectively look at it, like what they were able to accomplish in 23 films, like it just blows my mind that was something that happened. And that's something that, like, I saw something on Twitter recently that was like, if you could see any movie for erase your knowledge and see it for the first time again, and like hands down this would be it, because I will remember going and seeing that movie opening night for the rest of my life. So I mean, what better pick is there than that?
Yeah, I mean that's the greatest theater experience I've ever had. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I was that guy when Cap wielded Millionaire. Like I jumped out of my seat and was like yelling, like I was that guy. Even though I told myself going that I wouldn't be that guy, but then I definitely was. I mean, I'm not gonna gas up my pick. I mean, I'm very happy with this, but we'll move over to Sasha. She's got the wraparounds. What are you gonna do? Do some damage. You can do some damage here.
Okay, so I am going to take Jurassic Park, the original, because, I mean, I feel like the Jurassic Park franchise has gone way farther than I would ever expect it to, because how many times does it take a group of scientists to realize that recreating dinosaurs is maybe not the greatest idea, but it is still fun nonetheless. And, I'm pretty sure, what is it? Dark World is coming soon?
A Jurassic
Done.
World movie,
Something
like
titled
that.
something. Who knows?
So
I don't know.
I'm gonna hope there's some fans out there. I have actually never seen Jurassic Park, so I'm a little nervous to take this one.
Wait.
What?
I've never
What?
seen it because I
What?
Hey,
Chris did that. So
hey, like nothing's gonna be as shocking as The Town last week. If you guys have not seen that episode, go watch it. Let's cut her some slack.
I know Jennifer's not here to back me up, but yeah, no, I've seen clips of it, and I've never seen it because to me, I was just like, okay, great, they brought dinosaurs back, and then bad things happen, like obviously. But now having the appreciation for film that I do, I need to go watch it. But yeah, that had to be my first pick.
That's fantastic. I mean, definitely we're right now we're hitting definition of summer blockbuster movies. Like that's what we're doing. You go back and look in time. You look at the history of the blockbuster movie. We're ticking them right now. Love that pick. We'll hop over to you, and we'll start with you.
That didn't even cross my mind. That's a really good pick. I mean, you should watch it, but that's okay. It's really, someone's launching fireworks outside my house, so that's what I was looking at. And it's May 24. But that's an amazing pick. When you think of summer blockbusters, yes, that should come to mind. I don't know how I didn't think of it. It's a great movie. Of course, highly recommend.
And Luke, we'll hop over to you.
All right, yeah. So this was the second on my list. This is a very special movie to me because this is one of my very first theater experiences that I went and saw with my dad. And then now that I am a dad, my kids are really into dinosaurs. So right before I hopped on, we were watching the new season of Camp Cretaceous on Netflix, which is a fantastic series, by the way. So yeah, I love Jurassic Park. Love this franchise.
Yeah, that's a great pick. And I was excited about this draft because we've done some drafts that have been very narrow. They haven't had a lot. We've opened up the floodgates this week. We get to just talk about these fantastic movies. So I'm so excited about that. But Sasha, you got the wraparound. What are you going to take?
Okay, next I am going to this one. I don't see a lot of this on film Twitter, but I feel like there's got to be love for it because it's such a great movie. I'm going to take Back to the Future, the original. It's fantastic. This was one of those movies. My dad, I just remember growing up, he had like the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS and then Back to the Future on VHS. So like those were some of the first movies I remember watching, and just Back to the Future is just iconic. So when I double checked the release date, I was like, yep, that's going at the top of my list.
Yeah, so I saw Back to the Future years ago, and I look, okay, this is when I was younger. I was like, it's fine. I don't really know. But then I rewatched them last year, and I'd only seen the first one. I watched all three of them over quarantine last time. I'm like, this is great. Like, these are really good. So I love that pick. Another definition of a summer blockbuster. We'll hop over to Luke first for Back to the Future.
Oh, very smart pick. Fantastic pick. Love the films. Love it. This is something I grew up on, watch repeatedly. I need to watch it again really soon. The second one's also great, but fantastic choice.
And Ewan?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. It's been one of them forever. I rewatched them on 4K like earlier this year, and they're awesome. Again, this is another one I don't know how I didn't think of, but it's it's like one of everybody's favorite movies, so it's a really great pick.
It's a great pick. It's a great pick, and I'm cheesing right now because I'm about to win this. I'm about to win this damn draft right here, right now. So I got Avengers Endgame with my number one pick. Okay. This movie came out June 20th, 1980. It single-handedly, I would argue, single-handedly won Chris the Star Wars draft. I'm taking Empire Strikes Back.
I knew it.
I'll take the crown now. Take the crown now. Avengers Endgame, Empire Strikes Back. So I didn't even know this came out in the summer. I didn't know. I'm looking at an article and I'm like, what? Yes, Sasha didn't take it. It's time. So Empire Strikes Back. I know I say this every draft and it comes back to bite me in the butt, but I'm feeling real good about this draft right now. From what I've seen on the polls, I'm feeling really good. So there we go. Who wants to start? I'm not even gonna pick someone. Whoever wants to start, go ahead. I'll
You can
pick Luke.
take it. You can take it.
Me?
No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great movie. It's in my top 3, top 5. Always has been. Like as long as I can remember, it's just a perfect movie. I was gonna pick that one next, not gonna lie, but I'll give you the crown right now, unless someone comes back. But I don't see anyone beating that alone. I don't know. It's just great.
Do we just want to log off now? No, see you guys next week. No, okay. I am 0-7, so I have no room to talk. But also,
you need it.
I'm very confident. We'll hop over to Luke now with Empire Strikes Back thoughts.
Oh yeah, I this wasn't on my list, but this was one I eyed a lot because I figured it's gonna be a big one. This would get exactly. This would get a lot of votes, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I grew up, which is really funny because my parents are Trekkies, but I lean more towards Star Wars, and this is definitely the favorite one. So that's a great pick.
And Sasha.
This is the best Star Wars movie, hands down, 100%. I mean, I have A New Hope on my list and didn't even think that this one, I think because of Hoth, I just think like, oh, this must have come out in winter. Didn't even look. So, that's brutal. Avengers Endgame and Empire Strikes Back. I mean, like, wow, we're all down bad right now just because of that. Thanks a lot, Jack.
Come into my domain. Welcome to my domain. Yeah, and I got a pretty good strategy here. I think some of these, I got a few picks here that I'm like, if I can, I'm feeling good. All right. We're back around to Ewan. Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
God dang it, that was my next one.
Yes, because I was just looking through them and I was like, okay, we got Star Wars. Star Wars is gonna be taken. What do we go to next? Well, we're gonna go to what a lot of people consider the best. A lot of people consider the best like adventure movie of all time. Raiders of the Lost Ark, again, one of the best. Top tier Spielberg, probably my second favorite behind Saving Private Ryan. It's just, again, it's just one of those perfect adventure movies, quintessential movie for not even just like film people, but just for everyone.
I mean, it literally, let me see if I can pull this off right here. Nope, I'm not. That's stable. I was going to show you my screen where I'm literally looking at a photo of Indy with the idol, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was going to be my next pick. That's a great pick. I love that movie. I really do. I always think about it and I'm like, that's a damn good movie. That's a damn good adventure movie. So that's a great pick. I will hop over to Sasha. What do you think about that pick?
I love Harrison Ford. Between Han Solo and Indiana Jones, like, how are you not supposed to fall in love with him? Like, I love Harrison Ford. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, an archaeologist, like, he's a cool dude. Okay, I love him.
He is a cool dude, and we'll hop over to Luke for his thoughts.
Again, this is one of these, I grew up with, and I could just have these memories of like seeing this movie, and then instantly I want to be this person. Like, let me go construct a homemade whip and, just run out in the backyard and go on an adventure. So yeah, this is great summer flick. So much fun here.
Like I said, that's a fantastic pick. And now I'm big sad boy. Luke has a wraparound now. So what you got? What you gonna take?
All right. I'm gonna go with this one because I love this film so much. It's the July 3rd, 1991 film, going Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Damn, that was my next one.
I like this film a lot. I saw it for the first time last year. It's got some great lines, some kick-ass action. That's the definition of a summer blockbuster. Love that. You, and I'm gonna hop over to you first because you were scheming trying to take that. So what do you think?
Yeah. Oh, that was my favorite movie of all time for years, from like 2017 to probably 2019. It was my favorite movie. I adore it so much. It's been so long since I've seen it, but it's like, yeah, it's just one of the best. I would probably consider it the best action movie of all time. It's, in my eyes, flawless in like every way. I haven't seen the 4K transfer. I know a lot of people complain about that, but yeah, I was gonna try to take that one, but that's a good pick.
Sasha, what do you think?
That's a great pick. I talked about this a little bit last week on Movie Drafts, but I really super passionate about animation, and the like really early animation in this film was so amazing for its time. And I haven't seen this movie in years, but so I don't know if it holds up to today, but I think like when you're in the film, it's just so intense that you're so like, it doesn't even matter that it's not up to par with the CGI of today. It's I don't know. This is a great movie and it's a great pick, and I'm really sad that it's gone now.
Fantastic pick. And Luke's got another one. So what are you taking?
All right. I'm going to go with this one because this is another very special moment growing up. This was something like seeing like right out of school. This was my first experience seeing total chaos in a movie theater because of its popularity. We're going May 2002, Spider-Man.
Nice.
Very nice pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great pick. I mean, it's the first big superhero pick.
Besides X-Men.
Not yeah. I mean, look, I'm not I like the Raimi films. They're not my favorite. I like Tom Holland better. That's just me. Come at me, Spider-Man Twitter. I know you guys are vicious, but whatever.
They are.
But it's special. It really is. What it did for filmmaking, what it did for the superhero genre, just incredible. So that's a great pick. We'll start with you. And how do you feel about that one?
Oh, that's a great pick. Again, that was another one of those I didn't even think about. But when you mentioned like a bunch of superhero movies going, I could see where this one went. I love it. I'm a big fan of the Raimi films. I'm not a fan of like the Amazing Spider-Man ones. And of course, I love Tom Holland's movies. I really do. And this one is, yeah, it's one of those where when you think of just going to sit in the theater in the summer, this is one I think of. Don't tell Harry. Oh, it's just such an awesome ending.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Sasha, what do you think?
I think this is a great pick. Spider-Man Twitter is pretty vicious. This is the only one I've seen, and I've only seen parts of it on TV, so I've never sat down and watched like the Raimi Spider-Man movies. I definitely really got into superheroes when Andrew Garfield, so I'm a little partial to him, and then obviously Tom Holland now. But I think it's a great pick, and yeah, for it being one of the first biggest like superhero movies, that has created the trend that now allows for things like Avengers Endgame to happen. So it's an amazing pick.
Great pick. Fantastic pick. Ewan, you're up, brother.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with The Dark Knight. I mean, is it like somebody had to take it? Jack, he may not be winning anymore. No, I'm kidding. You probably still will.
I thought that would seal me the victory. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, that would have, but that's the best thing. I kept looking at it, and I just kept going, no, I got to put this one ahead. But it just got to the point where I was like, The Dark Knight has to go. It's my like second favorite movie of all time.
Well, we all know how I feel about it. That was the one I was going to take next. Great pick. Just fantastic. Start with Sasha, The Dark Knight.
This movie is incredible. I think about the pencil scene anytime I pick up a pencil, and it scares me. I mean, do we need to go more into Heath Ledger's performance? How amazing that is. I knew Ewan was going to pick this one. After watching the Nolan draft, I was like, he's going to take this. So yeah. I don't expect anything else. Like, I knew it wasn't going to fall to me, so.
And Luke, how do we feel?
Oh, I love this film. It's probably the one film I've stood in line the longest for, and I was right there up front for hours and hours and hours. I was on the fence if I wanted to like just fill up mine with as many Batman films as I can, but this is such a great pick and one of my favorite films.
Absolutely fantastic. Now I'm up. I'm not in shambles because as you all have been making your picks, I have started to create my board. So I have a bit of a plan of how I want to go about this. And I want to, the thing that I've really learned over the first 7 episodes is even if it hasn't won me the draft, I know eventually the variety will win. And for that, I got to take what a lot of people argue is the greatest animated movie of all time.
Jack, don't do it.
You want to say it for me?
No, because I know I don't know which one it is.
Let me confirm.
Go ahead.
Let me confirm.
I know what he's going with.
That this came out in the summer.
I'm really curious now.
Yes, it did. So I'm taking The Lion King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Sasha leaves.
The original, by the way, let me clear the original. Iconic, legendary. What can you say? One of, if not the greatest Disney animated movies of all time. Film Twitter loves the crap out of it. And it's variety. It's variety. That's why I said I'm going for variety. I got two different live action films. Got to take an animated and The Lion King. I mean, there's a lot of good animated movies that came out over the summer. I was looking at a list. There's a lot of really good ones. So SASHA, it's okay. But The Lion King is the Lion King. I got to take it. So let's just rip the Band-Aid. We'll start with SASHA.
Yeah. Okay. Am I disappointed? Yes. Am I shocked? No. I mean, this was gonna have to go. I will actually say this is not like, I'm not really like a fan of The Lion King. I just know that it's considered like so great. I don't know what it is. I've tried to like this movie. I appreciate that it's based on Hamlet, but something within me just, it doesn't click, and I don't know. But I mean, for film Twitter, for movie drafts, for summer blockbusters, for animated movies, like, it's the top of the top. So, I mean, I'm just sad it's not on mine anymore. So,
but I think I kind of did you a service because you don't really like the film. So
that is true.
You would have kind of been pulling
That
a
is
Marriage
true.
Story for Chris.
Which I
Exactly.
don't understand how he doesn't like that movie, but that's a conversation for another movie draft.
He likes, he doesn't love it. I think
That movie's lit, but
it's so good.
you know, it's. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to play my
forgive
best.
you.
I'm trying to play my best draft. And look, it's been 7 drafts. I'm 0-7. I need a bone here.
He's going for blood at this point, people.
I'm
so
not going for
vote
blood.
him.
I'm not going for blood. I'm just gonna do anything in my power to win. It's like Peacemaker. It's like Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad trailer. It's like, I love peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I have to kill to get it. Now, I'm not killing any men, women, and children, obviously, because that's not good. But I'm gonna take the movies that I think are the best.
I hope someone takes that out of context. Just that'd be
Just a
amazing.
clip.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then I'll tell them go watch the full video, and then I'll get more views. I mean, it's like
True.
I'll post the full clip on Twitter and be like, quote retweet him.
Ultimate defeat.
I'll quote retweet him. I'll be like, there you go. Here's the full clip. It's whatever. So, okay. So Sasha's up. She's got a wraparound. Sasha, what are you going to take?
Okay, I've been sitting here trying to make my decision, and you guys have not made it easy on me. Okay. I think I am going to go. We'll follow that up with another fantastic animated movie, which is Toy Story 3, which was brought up in the draft last week, but I think it needs more recognition. I think this is the perfect end to the Toy Story trilogy. I know a lot of people like Toy Story 4. Don't fall in that camp, but I just think Toy Story 3 is such an emotional, perfect ending. And rewatching it like before you go off to college and being like, oh, should I pack all my toys maybe and like just go like anyways? Yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster, and it's just a wonderful film. And my favorite scene is like the caterpillar room scene after recess when all the kids are like banging the toys. Like, it's just such a funny movie. And wow, I had to take it.
There were 2. You know, it's like so like Sasha, I'm sorry that I broke your heart with The Lion King, but this is this is up there with just the same. Like, it's not like there were 2 for me. I was like, I want to take an animated. It's going to be one of these 2. You know, The Lion King just has a little more clout because people just die for it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a fantastic. I love that movie so much. I love the Toy Story franchise. It's just great. Let's hop over to Ewan. How do you feel about that one?
Oh, it's an amazing pick, and Film Twitter will eat that up as they should. I will say my unpopular opinion: my favorite Toy Story is actually the second one, but I know some people may not
It's my
agree.
favorite. My favorite is the second too, but I do really
There we
love
go.
the third.
There we go. Oh, I love the third too. I think 5 out of 5 movie, and I do really like the fourth and obviously the fifth. So this is a really good pick. Film Twitter will love it.
Luke, how we feeling?
Oh yeah, I agree. These were 2 I had. These are kind of like alternate picks for me. I grew up I've seen like Lion King in theaters. I've seen all the Toy Stories in theaters. Toy Story 3 is such a solid, and I would have been happy if that was the ending. 1 is actually my favorite. But yeah, Toy Story 3 is a solid choice.
Freaking-tastic. Sasha, you got the wraparound. Maybe break my heart, Take something I want. Do it.
We'll see.
Revenge.
We'll see. I don't know if you're gonna want this one, Jack, but I have to bring it up just because I feel like someone's got to give you a little bit of a run for your money. And I'm not sure if this will do this, but it might challenge it a little bit. And I'm going to take the original Avengers movie. And the reason I'm going to take this is because without this movie, if this movie didn't work, you wouldn't have Avengers Endgame. You wouldn't have what the MCU is. This movie brought Mark Ruffalo in. It made Scarlett Johansson at the forefront of the franchise. And now the future of the franchise is branching off of these 6 people in this film. And I just think it's a great movie. I rewatch it every summer on the first night of summer. This was the first Avengers movie I ever saw. This movie made me love Loki, was like, okay, I'm a superhero person now. And I just have such fond memories of this movie that I couldn't let it go unnoticed. Even if it's not Avengers Endgame, I had to pick it.
It's still arguably top 5 MCU. I mean, it's that good, and it is very formidable pick. I mean, it is summer blockbuster. That's exactly what it is. It's the first monumental superhero movie, I would argue, because you did it with X-Men, but it's different because they were all in the original movie together. Avengers, this was the first time you had a full-on franchise of characters that had different movies coming together. This was monumental. So, and yes, Sasha, fantastic point. If it wasn't for Avengers, it didn't have the success, we wouldn't be where we are today. There wouldn't have been an Endgame or anything like that. So, I mean, just an absolutely fantastic pick. Let's hop over to Luke. What do you think about Avengers?
Oh yeah, you said the right thing. I mean, this is something I'd always waited for and wanted to see, is just different superheroes getting together in one film together and just watching them hash things out and try to become a team. That's what made this movie so incredible, is just watching them bicker over everything. And it's great.
And you, and how do we think?
That guy's playing Galaga over there. Thought I wouldn't notice. I love this movie a lot. I've seen it so many times. It's probably my most rewatched MCU movie. This one or Civil War, which is my favorite. But I've there's something about it that just makes me want to rewatch it over and over again. And I watched it recently, a month or 2 ago. And yeah, it's the first, I think it's the first Marvel movie that I fell in love with. Because I always loved the Batman movies, the Tim Burton ones and the Dark Knight trilogy. But when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is a badass. It's just so cool.
Yeah, absolutely freaking tastic pick, Sasha. Absolutely fantastic. All right, I'm up again. So, there's a few I'm looking at, and I don't think many of them will be back to me. What are we gonna do here? Okay, there's one that I'm hoping, and I'm circling it right now with my mouse. I'm hoping that'll be back to me in the 5th round. I think it might, but I'm really hoping it will. So I'm going to take this one. I really like this movie, but this is a Twitter pick. This is a pick for Twitter. I do like the movie, though. I'm not pulling a Chris with Marriage Story. I like the movie, but this is a pick for Twitter. Mad Max Fury Road. That is a Twitter pick through and through. Every day, I see a tweet about Mad Max Fury Road and how it is the biggest cinematic masterpiece in the history of cinema. It's a great movie. What more do you need to say? You got Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron. I mean, hot desert in Australia. If that doesn't yell summer, I don't know what does. So I like this pick. I know Film Twitter loves this pick, and I got in the 4th round. So I'm feeling pretty good. So we'll start with Luke on this one. How do you feel about Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah, this is a movie I do enjoy. I remember when this released, I didn't pay too much attention to it, but I remember going to see it in a midnight showing. I grew up with Mad Max films. I remember watching these with my dad, and yeah, just kind of on a spur of a moment, I was iffy about it. I was like, I'm gonna go check it out. Went to a midnight showing, and I was just amazed. I just remember coming home, and my wife was like, "Was it good?" I was like, "That was incredible." So great pick.
Ewan, what do you think?
Here's something. I know I was giving Sasha crap for not watching Jurassic Park, but I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. Okay, it's weird because I'm a massive fan of like action movies, and especially when I first, like, more so before I started getting into like, like cinema, like more film buff movies. I was watching all these 80s action movies with like Arnold, like especially Arnold and Stallone and stuff, and somehow I've never seen any of the Mad Max movies. Now I'm going to do a reaction to, for sure, this one, maybe the first 1, 2, and 3 this year, because I need to watch them, but this one will do really well on Twitter. I'm sorry.
That's homework for you. So
Yeah,
I look forward
it
to
is.
seeing your Letterboxd review. Well, I'll ask Sasha before I ask her thought. The Town, like, you seen it yet? Like, that was your homework.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry, I haven't, and I will back you up on this one. I have not seen this movie either.
Thank you.
But I do see this on Letterboxd just in the randomest of lists all the time, just because people love this movie. So I just know it is going to go over so well for you on Twitter. And I guess The Town and Mad Max Fury Road, I don't know, movie drafts fans, let me know if that's a good double feature, because apparently that is the top of the list now.
I don't know if that'd be a great double feature. They're two drastically different films. But you know what? I can't give too much crap because I only saw it for the first time last year. I saw a lot of movies for the first time last year. I mean, that's just kind of what we all did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like the pick. It's my pick, so obviously I like the pick. Ewan, you're up. What are you taking?
There's two I'm going in between. I partially want to get one because I know it will do really well, but the other one's kind of just like it's a really well liked movie. But I'm hoping it'll. How many more rounds do we have? Is this
You
our
got
final
two
one?
more.
Two more. Okay, good. I'm gonna go with Inception. This came out. Yes, yes. I thought you were gonna pick it for the
That's
last
what I was
one,
gonna
Jack.
take, but I completely forgot about it.
Oh,
So I'm
really?
pissed.
I knew that. I thought you were gonna take it last time because you literally had the poster right beside you. So I was like, he's gonna think about it, and I was like, this one is going to do. He's leaving. This one, I think, is gonna do really well for even like the people who complain about people being Nolan fanboys. They still end up loving this movie. Everyone loved this movie. It's one of the best ever. I saw this. It's my only movie I've seen in IMAX. Flawless.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at me because I forgot. So when I said originally, I don't know if I said it on camera or off, but I said I had two. One of them was Endgame, one of them was Inception. Completely forgot about Inception.
He was all excited about Avengers Endgame and Empire Strikes Back, and
Yep.
now
I knew it'd come back to bite him.
I still think I got a kick-ass draft, but
You're still gonna win, but I'm just saying.
but my soul hurts. So I number 3 favorite movie of all time. I love this movie. What Nolan's able to do is transformative. It's innovative. It's every sense of the word. I love this film. Sasha, we'll start with you.
I think this is a great pick. This is a fantastic movie. And I agree with you, Ewan. Although a lot of people complain about Nolan fanboys, everyone loves Nolan movies because they're top tier. So it's like, stop complaining. Just admit that you like it. You just don't want to be a part of the crowd, but just hop on board and like get over yourselves.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Get it louder for the people in the back. We'll hop over to Luke now. What do you think?
No, this is a great pick. I can't even remember if I saw this in IMAX or not. I want to say that I did. This is
back
one
last year.
Yeah, this is one I want to see again. This is definitely one of those films like I want to be like distraction free and just really. This is one I just want to focus in on it and just look at every little detail. But these are films that I really enjoy to nitpick all the little details and try to like figure it out. Yeah, good film.
Kick ass, man. God dang it. Luke, you're gonna round out your draft right here with your 2 picks. So what's your first pick gonna be?
Goodness. This is gonna be. I got like 3. Hang on. No, maybe 4 of them. thing.
Okay, well, hey, 50-50. You take two of
Yeah.
them, leave
Yeah,
two of them.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go with this one because this is another one of my all-time favorites. This is my dad's favorite franchise. This is July 1986 Aliens.
Yeah. Damn. I was hoping to get that one next round.
I knew eventually that was going to go. I knew it was going to go. I just didn't know when. I like the pick. I haven't seen this movie. This is the first one tonight. Everyone, first one I haven't seen. But from what I've heard, it's a brilliant movie. It's absolutely fantastic. That's a great pick. When you think summer movies, you think that franchise. Absolutely great. We'll start with Ewan showing off all his Alien fanboy stuff.
Yeah, all my Alien fanboy stuff, even though I've only seen the first two. But no, this one and Aliens have been like, they're like, I like Aliens more. I'm one of those people. And they're like, I don't know, like 24 and 25 in my favorite movies or something like that. And I was going to pick this one next round. It's just fantastic. It's one of the best sci-fi action movies ever. James Cameron, top tier, some of his best work. Obviously, we got T2 and now we have this. Great pick.
I just want to clarify, you took Aliens, the sequel, correct? Or did you
Correct.
take the original? Okay, you took the sequel. Okay.
The sequel, yes.
Okay, I got that down. Great. Okay. Sasha, Aliens.
I've also not seen this movie, so I have a lot of
More
homework.
homework.
Again, I have a lot of homework.
That's
to be
okay.
watching.
Your batting average this time is so much better.
It's so much better. It is so much. Can we thank you
all it
for
is-
acknowledging
here's
that?
the-
Because
it's
I've
just-
been trying.
The name of the game is improvement. That's what we're trying to do here. Batting
Clearly,
average.
what I'm realizing is I'm more of a Blockbuster person than I am film Twitter person or the very like movie buffs. But I'm trying to get there, guys. Trying.
Oh, that was me last year. I it was like, you haven't seen that? I'm like, nah, I haven't. That was me. But Luke, finish your draft. What are you taking with your last pick?
Before that, because some films were brought up for, I have not seen The Town. So
Okay.
I haven't either.
I'm not alone.
Well,
I
Okay,
haven't
so
either.
there's three of us, so we need to like stay in communication, watch it, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we can do something around that.
So we're all gonna do a live watch party of The Town
Of The
together.
Town.
We're gonna
I'm
get
down.
We're gonna
I'm
get
down.
Jennifer
Hold each
to
other
come in.
accountable.
We're all gonna, but yeah, that's them. Hey, y'all.
All right.
The Town.
Yeah.
So
all right.
you're saying you're taking The Town with your last pick?
No. I'm gonna take something that was brought up earlier, and this is one I remember seeing in theaters as well. And I remember it just because this was a massive film, and I remember my parents being excited about this one. July 1998, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, this was one on my list of potential finals. One of, if not the greatest war movies of all time.
Yes.
D-Day scene that hits now for me too, especially because I went there 2 summers ago, so that was pretty incredible to see. But yeah, I mean that's just an achievement in filmmaking. Just absolutely brilliant. Start with Sasha. How do you feel about that pick?
This is a great pick. I've done a lot of research on this film because one of my like papers for class was about like how films have changed as like more information has come out about post-traumatic stress and that sort of stuff, of how like war movies are made, and how this film, like the techniques they use with the camera and putting them on the ground and like using shake rigs and things like that to really communicate like what that feels like is so authentic within this movie. So I think this is a great pick. I mean, a war movie had to get taken at some point. I think this is the one to take. So
There we go. And Ewan?
Well, fun fact, this is my favorite movie of all time, and I didn't pick it because I thought it came out in the fall. Because that hurts. That hurts. Because I always just picture, the opening and all this, because it's more of like a very gloomy movie, obviously, and I saw it in theaters. This is what pushed it to my favorite. Last November, I saw it in theaters. It's my favorite theater experience ever. And since I saw it in November, it also kind of makes me think that it's a fall movie. So, God, like that's like the best pick you could go with, and I am annoyed that I didn't think of that one.
Saving Private Ryan, July 24th, 1998. Yeah, like 2 months before I was born. Literally 2 months, like 2
Whoa.
months in less than a day. Because I was born September 23rd, 1998. That's creepy, but okay.
Oh.
Fantastic pick. Great pick to end the draft. Value pick in the 5th round, Saving Private Ryan. Okay.
for real.
Pop off. But you know what, Ewan? I wish you would have taken Saving Private Ryan because I might have gotten Inception. So
Yeah.
You would have
You're up.
forgot about it. No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
I definitely would have. You're up. How you gonna
Okay.
round out your draft?
There's three I have on here, and they're all more modern movies. All of them have come out after 2000, but I'm going with what my heart says. I'm going with the final movie in my favorite franchise of all time, and I'm going. Yes, I am going with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This is Oh, Jack, I'm sorry. I've now broken your heart twice. I think this is amazing.
Someone please stitch together the beginning of the draft for Jack
yes.
right now.
Every clip of him leaving frame. I just want to say I've always loved this movie, and I'm sorry, Jack. I've always loved this franchise. It was like the first book franchise I really got into. I watched the movies. I've always loved them. This one has always been my favorite. And last year when I rewatched them, it passed Star Wars for my favorite franchise. And yeah, this is perfect ending. Sorry, Jack, but it had to be done.
Just when I thought you couldn't break my heart any more than you did with the last pick, you take the one that I was hoping would fall to me. That was the one I said I was circling with my mouse with my last pick. I said, I'm
Really?
circling this one. I think it's going to fall to me. I'm really hoping it does. Here we are. Obviously, I love the pick because it's what I was going to take. I'm not down bad because of my draft. I still think my draft's really good. They're the picks I personally wanted. This is what it comes down to. No, fantastic pick. The ultimate culmination. This was Avengers Endgame before Endgame. I mean, it really was. I mean, like when the trailer came out, when the first trailer came out, which was announcing both parts, it wasn't just two, it was 1 and 2. When that first trailer came out, I watched it 15 times the first day. I've never done that with a trailer. I didn't even do that with Avengers Endgame. Like I watched that, I watched it with my mom the first time because we were both really into it, and then I watched it like 15 times after that just because of how awesome it was. This is awesome. I love this franchise. This was my franchise before I got into the MCU. Like before I got into movies, it was like Harry Potter was the franchise I loved.
That's what it's like for me.
Yeah. So great pick. Great pick. Luke, what do we think?
That is a great pick. I was trying to do some quick math of when I remember when the Sorcerer's Stone came out in the book, and I remember I slept on Harry Potter for like almost a year before I just really dived into it and just fell in love with the books. And then I remember Christmas, my grandmother just got me all of the books, and I just read them every night. So this franchise is another special one to me. I've seen them all, grew up with the books. This is one I'm excited when my kids get a little bit older, just to sit down and watch through all of them with my kids.
Yeah. I mean, I was young. I wasn't that old. So this was before I was really into movies. Like I said before, I camped out a Barnes and Noble with my mom when the Deathly Hallows book came out. I camped out at Barnes and Noble at like midnight. That happened. That's the thing we did. Mm-hmm. Great memory. Sasha, what do you think?
This is an amazing pick. I think Harry Potter is such a fun franchise and so special to watch with first of all, the first time you go through it, but then to watch with someone new. Like I did a rewatch with my boyfriend. He had never seen any of the movies. And when it got to this one, it felt, even though he was watching them in the course of a week, it felt like he'd been, growing up with all these movies just because that's how these movies make you feel. And I agree. Like I remember, and I'm sorry to this girl, but she had a birthday party the night that Harry Potter and I was like, how disrespectful of you, ma'am. Ew. Like, how unaware are you? Do you live under a rock? Like we are not. And we went to the movie theater, was the audacity of this girl. We go to the movie theater to go watch Monte Carlo, which is the horrible movie. And I was like, the whole time I was like to my best friend, I was like, and I'm never the kind of person to do this. I was like, please, can we go sneak into the theater? We had like tickets the next morning. Her mom was going to pick us up from this party and take us. And we went, and it was amazing. And we waited in line for it and stuff. But to not go that midnight showing was devastating to me. But this movie is amazing. Like you said, it was Avengers Endgame before Endgame was ever even a thought. So how can you argue with this pick?
No, it's absolutely fantastic. It's just, and I'm looking at the draft board now. I'm gonna lose to you in this week.
Yes. Gotta keep
I
Jack
just
losing.
I looked at his list and I'm like,
I don't even remember
damn.
fully what's on it.
Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Dark Knight, Inception, now Harry Potter.
Take the crown back.
Yeah.
No.
We will. We'll stitch together those clips. Me at the beginning, and now me now accepting defeat yet again. Week 8. All right. Well, I gotta finish strong then. Okay, here we go. Let's wake up. Okay. All right. Down bad, but you're gonna be okay. All right, here we go. All right. How do I end this? I'm literally in shambles now because I don't know how to end this. God, I'm so mad I took Mad Max Fury Road now. That was a terrible pick. What am I talking about?
For film Twitter, it's gonna be good. Don't worry.
Nah, don't even with me with that.
He's just.
I don't want to take action back to back. That's my problem here. I don't want to do it. People are gonna think I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I'm doing it. Oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm taking Mission Impossible Fallout.
That was the last one on my list. I was debating going with that, but thank God I didn't.
I'm doing it. God, I'm doing it. It's gonna bite me in the butt. I'm taking Mission Impossible Fallout. There's one more here that if this pick ruins it for me, which I don't think it will, because this is one of my top 15 favorite movies of all time. This was my first experience in IMAX. I saw this in IMAX. It's my first time I saw a movie in IMAX. This was when I really started to get into film. Summer 2018, because Infinity War came out. This came out. This was the tipping point for me when I really started to get into film. It's incredible. How does a series get better over time? How does that and how is arguably the best movie in the series, the one that just came out, the 6th one in the franchise, is arguably the best in the franchise. And I cannot wait to see Tom Cruise on a train in November. I'm ready for that. I love this franchise. This is the best one in my opinion. Every time they find a way to up the ante. You never think they will, but they do. Fantastic movie, fantastic summer movie. Henry Cavill with that awesome mustache and and loading the arms. Oh my god, I love it. This is a great movie. I'm very happy I got it, and that's how I'm rounding out my draft. I got a lot of franchises on here, and I'm hoping the franchise people will come back a brother up. Let's start with Luke.
Oh, fantastic choice. I love Mission Impossible. Agree 100%. I always get excited when a new film releases. The first one I think is still my favorite, and probably will always be. This is another great nostalgic moment because I remember when the game came out for Nintendo 64, and I just I want it, and ended up getting the game. Just played it all the time, and yeah, love it. Didn't even look. First one is a May release. Didn't even look at it. Kicking myself.
Well, I know. On Twitter a few days ago, people were tweeting about the anniversary. Like, oh my god, it's so good. Ewan, what do we think?
Ooh, I love it. Again, if you look at my list here, I'll just reveal the other one. I was gonna go with Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl, and then probably shouldn't have said that before. Not everyone's done. And then I had followed at the end because this movie, I won't talk about it too much in depth, but this is one of the biggest movies for me for my channel because this was one of my first reviews. My channel is turning 3 on 3 years on June 1st, and then I didn't do a lot of videos, but this is one of the first movies I remember going to see it, going there with my friend Logan, my best friend Logan. We biked there. We locked our bikes up outside. It was a very nice day. We go inside, we come back out, and actually the power went out during the movie. We're like, what? We go outside, our bikes are soaked. And it just rained, but I didn't care. And then I went to my Oma's, my grandma's, and I did a spoiler review. It's terrible. I don't think it's up. If not, I'll find it. And it's one of my favorite action movies ever. Tom Cruise, great actor. I don't care what anyone says, great actor.
Man, he's the runner. He can run. Watching that man run, oh my god, the form. Put him in the Olympics. Sasha, what do you think?
I think this is a great pick. I would say my favorite Mission Impossible movie is Ghost Protocol. I just have a special place in my heart for that. But I agree, the ante is upped in all of these movies, and it's not in a way that makes you like, okay, really, they're doing this? Like, it's believable, it's enjoyable, you're along for the ride the whole time, and I do really like Fallout, and I think this is I think it would be a shame if a Mission Impossible movie didn't get taken this draft, so great way to round it out.
All right, Sasha, finish the draft. What are you taking?
Okay, so this one is one, I just have a special place in my heart for these movies. I just really like them. I'm gonna go with Men in Black, the original. I really love Tommy Lee Jones, and I think him and Will Smith just have a dynamic in these films, honestly, that is just not comparable to anything else. And I love them. I really like this franchise, and I just had to take it.
Classic pick. I like it. I'm gonna hop over to Ewan first. What do you think?
Oh, I love this movie. It's actually been a few years since I've seen it. I own the trilogy on Blu-ray. I should rewatch it. Now that you say that, I love this movie though. It's just so awesome. I'm a massive fan of Will Smith. Like one of the first shows I fully watched through was Fresh Prince. It's still one of my favorite shows. It's just incredible. And this was one of the first movies I watched after finishing the show. And obviously, it's a classic. It was a great pick.
Yeah, Luke, how do we feel?
Oh yeah, fantastic. Again, just bringing up so many memories. Just I had to look at the year again for this one, but I'm pretty sure I was like in junior high. Yeah, it's probably like in
97.
97. Yeah, I think I was getting into junior high. So I remember like me and my best friend going to see this in the summer. This is one on the list to watch with my kids for sure.
Yeah, fantastic pick. And that rounds out the summer Blockbusters draft. We're going to run through all the teams just so y'all at home remember. Luke took Batman 89, T2, Spider-Man, Aliens, and Saving Private Ryan. Ewan got Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Dark Knight, Inception, and Harry Potter and the Death Knowledge Part 2. I took Avengers Endgame, Empire Strikes Back, The Lion King, Mad Max Fury Road, and Mission Impossible Fallout. And Sasha got Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Toy Story 3, Avengers, and Men in Black. Fantastic drafts overall. I was cocky at the beginning, and that was kind of joking. I'm very happy with my first two picks, but I do think everyone drafted very well, very strategically. We got our work cut out for us. I think this was a great one because none of the movies on here are bad. I mean, like, we got to talk about great movies that a majority of us have seen for many of the occasions, and just a great draft. So, honorable mentions. The Fast franchise. Not a single Fast and Furious movie went off the board. Fast 5 is absolutely fantastic.
I will agree there.
The Fast franchise.
When you were talking about movies that like just go so crazy and you're not like mad at it, I was just thinking of Fast 9 and them, or F9 and them going to space. And yeah, like for honorable mentions, I said Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. It is my favorite Disney movie in general. Overall, probably unpopular in a way, but
yeah. That's a great movie. And another one that Nerdy Blur, Ryan from Nerdy Blur was going to kill me for this. E.T. didn't go. That one I was considering, but then I was like, screw it. I'm taking Mission Impossible Fallout. That's a movie. That's another definition of summer blockbuster.
Oh yeah.
That Ryan at Nerdy Blur was going to kill me over that didn't get drafted. Anyone else? Honorable mentions. What did we miss? Luke, what did we miss?
The other two I was debating on, and one of these I have not seen. Ghostbusters, June 84, and then the other one was Top Gun, May of 86.
Top Gun.
I have not seen Top Gun.
Homework.
Homework.
So
I know.
Highway to the Danger Zone.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, I love them both. They're so good. And Top Gun looks amazing in 4K. Just saying.
that movie's great. Sasha, any honorable mentions? Anything you think of?
I do. I have a couple. So I was debating on whether to go with this one versus Avengers, but since Avengers just is like my first MCU movie, Guardians of the Galaxy was a movie that obviously I was younger at the time, so I wasn't really aware of like what popular opinion of it was going to be, but I think it was just like I remember walking out of the theater and be like, what did I just see? I loved it. Like, I'm so on board for this. I think it really like pivoted the MCU, and I think it's a great movie. I also think The Incredibles was not taken, which I had to take Toy Story 3, but that was going to be my other animated pick. And then this one, I don't know how it was going to do on Twitter, so I just was like, I'll shy away from it. But Mamma Mia is like a classic like summer movie.
People love that though. That's the thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I may have made a mistake by not taking that, but that was another one I just had to bring up.
I mean, most Pixar movies came out in the summer. Like a lot of the really classic ones.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo, I saw on there. Inside Out, I saw on there. I mean, there's just some really fantastic animated movies that came out in the summer.
I just have one more, if that's okay.
Yeah, no,
I just checked, and Die Hard came out in the summer, which
Mhm.
I didn't even think of.
July.
July 20th. It's that because you think of it as a Christmas movie,
Christmas.
and it's in my top 15. Has been ever since I watched it. I'm surprised that one didn't go in a way.
Yeah. Or Independence Day.
Independence Day, yep, that was another
I
one
need to
was
see
thinking
that.
about.
That's homework too.
Yeah, and I mean, just great movies. Summer is the time because that's when everyone's off of school. People are taking vacations from work. They go get the big movies come out. You go watch the big movies, and we're gonna have another one of those years this year, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But that is pretty much it, guys. We are done. Another draft. Go to the poll and vote for me. No, but go to the poll. If you're at this point, you've watched, you've seen what the teams are, so you can vote. But let's keep it. Let's vote based on the team. I say vote for me, but vote on who you actually want. Vote on the team. Vote on the team that you think is the best. And then on Friday, we will know. We will have our champion crowned once again. Is Sasha going to keep the co-host win streak alive? Maybe. Are one of our guests going to win for the first time? Maybe. May I finally win? Maybe. Probably not. But that is pretty much it. I want to thank Ewan for first coming on in short notice. Like I said, I texted you like 3 hours before we started.
Not even. Thank you for having me on, though. This is so much fun. I love talking, and they're all great movies. That's what you said. They're all super fun to talk about. A lot of these are some of my favorites, so thank you.
And then Luke coming on for the first time, man. We'll have you back on again soon. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much. This is a lot of fun.
And Sasha, my co-host. Thank you again for coming. It was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me, Jack. This is the highlight of my week when I get to do this movie drafts. I love it. And my Letterboxd watch list just always gets bigger, so that's never a bad thing.
And also, we are T-minus 2 weeks, a little more, like a day more. But we are T-minus 2 weeks from the premiere of Loki and Sasha and I's live Loki reactions Wednesday nights. So y'all get ready for those. They're going to be fun. We will be live every Wednesday night talking Loki, talking her favorite character, probably favorite character in the MCU, and one of my favorite villains as well. That's going to be fun. That's going to be swell. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Go vote in the poll, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Movie Drafts.